Well, guys, if you watch these video reports over the years, I'm not one to BS you. For the most part, since the beginning of February, dating back to the Super Bowl over a month ago, it has been a phenomenal run for the majority of the handicappers at the site, present company excluded, as they have made you a boatload of money. Saturday, however, was an exception to the rule, and it all started with Butler's failure against Marquette. So many of the handicappers going down in flames as the Bulldogs, a 1.5 point underdog, lost that game, of course, by two, as you know, and it hurt no one more than Craig Davis, who has just been sizzling since the middle of November here on the site as he was going for his sixth consecutive 100 dime winner in college basketball and 100 dime winner number 10 out of 11 overall. He was 3-0 with those plays last year. He was 2-0 this season with the play, and he failed with Butler. And yet still, despite that loss, $10 bettors over $6,000 of profit since November, including over $2,200 in college basketball. But it's been a tough couple of days for Craig Davis because after hitting another 50 dime play on Thursday, he lost a 75 dime play on Friday with Oklahoma against San Diego State and then fell on a sword yesterday again with Butler. So two devastating losses. But then again, as I've had many, many times, when you're on a roll, when you've accumulated a bankroll, that's when you've got to take shots, because that's when you take a bankroll that's this big and explode it and make it this big. You've got to step up to the line and not be afraid to go for the gusto when the opportunity presents itself. And sometimes you're going to win and sometimes you're going to lose. That's why there are no guarantees in gambling. So that was a very difficult loss. And then the other guy, who has clearly made you more money than any single handicapper at this site since the Super Bowl, Brian Rosica. Guys, he has lost 2 straight days. So we're going to have to fire his ass. I mean, it's over for Brian Rosica at this site. He sucks. Clearly, there's a problem here with Brian Rosica because he followed up the 80 dime loser on Friday with a 100 dime loser yesterday as Harvard failed, of course, against Arizona. Now, of course, I'm kidding. Here's the bottom line with Brian Rosica. Today, he's going for overall winner number 23 out of 29, including 8 out of 10. And since his debut at this site on February 5th, he is 28-9 overall, making $10 bettors $13,150. Well, today he is going to be the half-price play of the day release. And you're going, oh my God, Al, you're giving a half-price play of the day release on a handicapper that's lost 2 straight days. Yeah, you're damn right. Again, he's going for winner number 23 out of 29 and 8 out of 10 overall, as he had won 7 straight times over the past 2 weeks before losing the past 2 days. And listen, guys, this is another major release. It's 75 dime winner number 10 out of 12. It goes on the afternoon card, or I should say daytime card, based on where you may be geographically here in the country or wherever watching this video. You may remember his last 75 dime winner. It was Thursday night. Harvard, the 10.5 point dog, winning outright over New Mexico. This play is just as strong. And in honor of his 2 straight losing days, the coupon code to get that play for half price today is simply the word rebound. Once again, simply the word rebound to get that play at half price today for Brian Rosica. And FYI, you gotta love the beauty of live videos. Brian did happen to lose once since his debut 3 straight days, and that was back on February 12th, 13th, and 15th. I'm just looking at his website here. He followed that 3-day losing streak by, well, let's see, and I'm going to count this here on video for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 in a row, and 8, 9, 10, 11, and 11 out of 12. He followed that 3-game losing streak with by winning 7 in a row and 11 out of 12. Again, $10 bettors up over $13,000 following his betting advice since his debut at the site back on February 5th. And rebound is that code, just simply the word rebound, to get his play today for half price. If you happen to be viewing my video on a site where Brian Rosica is not at, as my video goes out at so many different sites, simply contact customer service and they will point you in the right direction and tell you exactly where you can find Brian Rosica's play. So, What can I tell you? That pretty much sums it up there in terms of what's been going on. Shawn Michaels was another guy who was 6-1-1 in college basketball over the past 2 weeks. He had a half-point loser as well on Butler yesterday. Jeff Benton rebounded from that 100-dime loser. The other day, that was Friday, I believe, for him, a 100-dime loser. It was on Oklahoma against San Diego State as well. By yesterday, cashing in with a 40-dime winner on Wichita State outright over number one Gonzaga. Today, going for winning day number 8 out of 11 with 49 winner number 11 out of 15 on LaSalle and Ole Miss. So that's his best bet. Trace Adams, 5 straight winning days, perfect 5-0 with his big dance. Major wager releases, and today, 200,000 star, double your wager winner on Illinois and Miami of Florida. Now, keep in mind, normally 1,000 star play is his top rated selection. And this play, of course, is twice as strong. It's even bigger than the 1,500 star winners he gave you on LaSalle against Boise State on Wednesday, Memphis holding on for the cover against St. Mary's on Thursday, Creighton holding on for the cover against Cincinnati on Friday, and Michigan State hammering Memphis on Saturday. Can you say Memphis is a fraud, boys and girls? Trace Adams, another one of these guys, just like Brian Rosica, who may not be on every single site you're happening to see my video report on. Again, if you're looking to find him, just contact customer service. And finally, Anthony Red, who, let's face it, Anthony has been in a slump for the past couple of weeks. He delivered yesterday, 59 winner with Louisville, taking care of business easily against Colorado State. As for me, yesterday I had a 15-dime play, which matches the highest rated play I've had in college basketball in my career. Had a 15-dime play, in fact, earlier this week on Maryland and the NITs, taking care of business against Denver on Thursday night. Had a 15-dime play yesterday on St. Louis. Bad day to get back on the Billikens bandwagon, don't you think? I mean, stunning. I cannot believe Oregon won that play. Here's the bottom line, guys. I don't let yesterday affect tomorrow or today. I don't celebrate the wins. I don't lament the losses. I've got another 15-dime play today. It's on the Miami, Florida, Illinois contest. Now, you've got your money-saving discount coupon. And by the way, the half-price play of the day promotion, which at one point since I started it, right after the Super Bowl, in fact, had been hitting, somewhere at about 75 to 80%, has actually lost 4 straight plays. So we're going to have to end that promotion today as well. I know, I'm just kidding again. This is sarcasm, guys. Look, I haven't slept much tonight, so you got to live with the sarcasm a little bit here on Sunday morning. Let's get to your free selections. Yesterday, I hit 2 out of 3 complimentary plays. Let's see. I told you I was really worried that everybody in the world was going to be on VCU, and I thought Michigan would get the job done against the Rams. Michigan did. Gave you Michigan State. The free pick loser yesterday, of course. Need we say one word? Butler. Today, I'm going to go with the latest 2. Actually, I'm going to go with one of the tournament darlings in terms of being an underdog. Florida Gulf Coast, a 6.5-point dog. Some places down to 6 against San Diego State. Okay, San Diego State beat Oklahoma. So what? As I recapped in yesterday's video, it has been a less than stellar postseason here in the Big Dance in terms of production by the Big 12 teams, as the only teams that have advanced with wins straight up have been Iowa State over Notre Dame and Kansas barely holding on for a win straight up as well in their opening round game, or shall we say second round game. I hate this change in the designation, as you know, in the different tournaments, brackets, because of the play-in games earlier this week. But listen, Florida Gulf Coast. This is a team early in the season that took Miami of Florida to the woodshed. Granted, Miami of Florida at the time was missing one of their top players, but they took care of business there. They got the job done against Georgetown, totally dismantling a Hoyas team that had been on an incredible run, and they really held the Georgetown offense in check. And they got the job done in terms of putting points on the board against Georgetown. Because remember, this is a Hoyas team that defensively was only giving up 56 points a game. And what happened? I mean, Florida Gulf Coast played a very deliberate half-court style game for most of the first half in that contest, and then in the second half, they simply took off, and the final score was 78-68. So again, Georgetown was giving up 56 points a game and was playing in a tough Big East conference and had won 13 out of its previous 15 games in Big East play, and then it got hammered, right? So, consequently, today, San Diego State comes in here with a defense that's giving up an average of 61 points a game, coming from a weaker Mountain West Conference. Ask me if I'm impressed. Obviously, I am not. And also, unlike Georgetown, which had some type of post presence with Otto Porter Jr., San Diego State does not. This is a team that relies on its guards with Tarpley and Franklin to deliver. Um, so again, I'm not impressed with their victory over Oklahoma. That 70 to 55 win on Friday. I'm going to go again with Florida Gulf Coast. And listen, Florida Gulf Coast came out of the Atlantic Sun Conference, and they won the conference tournament, get their automatic bid here into the Big Dance. You know who they beat in the conference championship game? It was Mercer. That was the same Mercer team that just went into Tennessee a couple of nights ago in the NITs and upset the Volunteers, and now heading out to BYU to take on the Cougars in Provo. So I think they have a pedigree. I think they've certainly played well this season, and I think they can stay within the number. Can they win this game outright? Wouldn't surprise me. But again, I think that they can certainly stay within the number. The other team that certainly made some shockwaves here in the postseason has been LaSalle, a team that struggled down the stretch in the regular season and laid an egg in the Atlantic 10 tournament. What happens? They come out, they win their play-in game against Boise. Then they absolutely take care of business against Kansas State as a 5.5-point underdog, opening up an 18-point lead at one point before barely holding on for the win. But hey, they got the win. That's the bottom line. They were a 4.5-point underdog against SEC champion Mississippi today in a game that's going at 7:40 Eastern Time in Kansas City. I think a lot of people are going to be jumping on LaSalle here. But, and I can certainly see why, because look at the matchups, and this is the key. LaSalle against Boise, you had basically a battle of two teams that rely on four-guard lineups, okay? When LaSalle took on Kansas State, you basically had, once again, a battle of two teams that rely on four-guard lineups. And the guard play for LaSalle, well, that's what drives this team. I mean, you got Roman Galloway, you've got Tyreek Doran, you've got Tyrone Garland coming off the bench and being invaluable in terms of the points that he contributes. You've got Sam Mills, who's more or less a defensive specialist. LaSalle doesn't have much size, especially with their starting center been out for the past couple of weeks, although Gerald Wright, a 6'8", 6'9", I'd say he's probably 6'8" forward, has been tremendous, had 21 points against Kansas State. Well, today they're going against a Mississippi team that relies on Marshall Henderson, the SEC's leading scorer, the brash talking guard, to get the job done. But Mississippi is not a guard-oriented team. Mississippi has size. Mississippi can play more physical. And Mississippi, as I told you going into the tournament, one of the reasons that I had Ole Miss on my bracket reaching the round of 16 is a team that's on a roll. I mean, they excelled. Remember, it was just last Sunday in the SEC championship game as an 11-point underdog. They won outright easily against Florida. 6 straight wins for them. I think this is a mismatch in terms of playing personnel, and that's what you're looking for. Any game, obviously, when you're handicapping it, I think that everybody's going to jump on the LaSalle bandwagon, but I think Mississippi is the play here. Take advantage of the discounted price and go ahead and lay the 4.5 points with them in this particular contest. Again, I'm going to go with Mississippi minus the points. I'm going to go with Florida Gulf Coast plus the points. Those are your two free selections. You've got the money saving discount coupon code to get you the half price play from Brian Rosica today. Simply the word rebound. And hopefully everybody will rebound with a productive Sunday to wrap up the first 2 days here of the Big Dance. Best of luck to you all, and I will catch you again on Monday.